Today I am going to make a quick Mexican meal. To enjoy a good Mexican meal, you really don't have to work so hard for it. And one might say it could have been more authentic, but I promise you, this Mexican dish that I'm going to prepare, which is going to be a shortcut method, but it will not be lacking in flavor, and those who would try it would actually agree that it is delicious. Now, I have ground beef, which I'm going to season with the taco seasoning. And I'm going to, once this meat or the filling of the enchiladas is cooked, I'm going to wrap that in this enchilada tortillas here. I'm going to be using this to make the enchilada. And I have the Mexican 4 cheese, and I have the enchilada sauce, red sauce. And I will also be using some garlic and onion. And on the side, I will be making some yellow rice or Spanish rice, which I will season and cook with sofrito. And as you know, I have at least a couple of video there showing how I make my sofrito. This is basically the mixture of garlic, onion, bell pepper, cilantro, culantro, and ají dulce or ajicitos. And well, when you go into that video, you will see, and it's a basic ingredients, okay? Basic. You don't have to have everything that's in it. So that's what I have, okay? I'm going to make enchilada and yellow rice or Spanish rice. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit of olive oil to saute our onion and garlic. That's just to get that meat started, because as you know, taco seasoning is a complete seasoning. You don't need too many other things to go with it. And we need a little bit of garlic. I need to heat up the oil a little more. Sometimes my stove is too hot, too fast. This old stove is acting up again. So that's a little bit of garlic and a little bit of onion. The rest I'm going to use for the rice. Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do is just put a lid here, cover this, and let it simmer until the meat is very, very tender. And then we are going to skim the excess fat off. I always do that whenever I cook, whatever it is. Any excess fat that's on the surface, I skim it off. And I put a lid on put it on a back burner, and I'm gonna show you how I make the yellow rice, okay, or the Spanish rice. Okay, so again, we're going to use a little bit of our olive oil. Oops, yes, the pot is still wet. And we're going to saute the garlic in there. And onion. Put that a little low. Now we're going to put some sofrito. Add a little more. so we're going to saute this sofrito until it's very aromatic. Okay, so for the rice, we have the sofrito in there, okay? Garlic, onion, sofrito sauteed in olive oil, and here's our spices. It's called sazon, and you'll find this in most grocery store in the international section, okay? It's called sazon. Okay, we're gonna put this. Will also add on to the color. That's what will turn your rice yellow, because it's got the annatto seeds, which you see me sometimes use in some of my cooking. Okay, so that's sazon in there. Now I'm going to put some tomato sauce, okay? Just a little bit. That's probably about 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce in there. Okay, so as you can see, our herbs and spice mixture is well sauteed. Now, because it's shortcut, I went ahead and cooked my rice in a rice cooker, so that now what I have to do is incorporate the rice and the ingredients that I sauteed, and we have our Spanish rice. Shortcut method, okay? As simple as that, we have our Spanish rice or yellow rice. Let me get this out of here and we'll mix this. All we're gonna be doing is incorporate the rice and the sauteed ingredients, okay? And trust me, it's as good as if I had cooked it the old-fashioned or usual way that you see me do, you know, with the rice incorporated with the sauteed ingredients, and then I let it simmer nice and slow. But if I'm in a hurry and I want my rice to get done fast and get that good flavor without working very hard on it, this is how I do it, okay? So as you can see, all I have to do now is to make sure that I seasoned it with, make sure that my salt is enough, and I have not really put any salt in it. And as you can see, here is our yellow rice, and this is gonna be served. You could serve this with anything. Today I'm going to serve this with my, again, shortcut method, enchilada, okay? We're going to serve this yellow rice with enchilada. And this is how I make a nice quick meal for my family. And you will not be sacrificing flavor with this method, okay? Oops. So, yellow rice. That is done. I tasted the meat. It's nice and tender, but I want it to be even more tender. But at this point, I'm going to start adding my taco seasoning, okay? Add as much taco seasoning as you want, as you like on your meat. I'm just going to incorporate this, put a lid back on it, and allow this to simmer more. And I will be skimming some of the excess fat, so we really don't need that. But for now, we are going to allow this to just go ahead and simmer, so that the meat is really nice and tender. Let me see. Good. A little more. Like I said, season your meat according to your taste. Okay, we're gonna put a lid, lower the heat, and let it simmer on a very low heat. Okay. Okay, so as you can see, this is the seasoned ground beef, and I literally drained the excess fat off of it, so we have a very good filling for our enchilada. Okay, now let me assemble the tortilla and the sauce. Okay, so we're gonna start by putting some of this sauce in a baking dish, kind of cushion the enchilada, and we're gonna top that with some more sauce. Okay. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and fill our tortilla with as much meat mixture as you'd like. I like to put cheese on it, kind of just act as a glue, and then roll it, and just gonna put that there. Oops. And repeat the same process. Some meat, a little bit of cheese, and roll it. Okay, I'll go ahead and continue doing the same process, and I'll show you when it's done. This wrapper are kind of a bit longer than the first one that I used, so I'm going to be folding it just so it could fit. Just fold it a little bit. And put that there. A little bit of glue. Kind of fold it a little bit, just so it won't be too long. And put that there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and continue. Okay, so we got it all set. Now you notice I have two. One is for my daughter and one for us. And now after we incorporate all of the filling and the wrapper, and yeah, this other wrapper I have is longer than the other, so I went ahead and kind of just fold that in so it could fit into that baking dish. Okay, so now we got everything assembled. We'll just go ahead and top it with cheese. And my grandchildren and my daughter love cheese, so I guess I better put a lot of cheese on this to make them happy. Okay, that should be sufficient. Okay, now we're going to bake this until it's bubbly and the cheese are melted, because everything here are cooked. Okay, so now we're ready to put this in the oven. Okay, we're going to allow the cheese to melt and the sauce to get bubbly.